Hey team, welcome back. It's Coach Lee here. Today we're going to be going over a video on jab accuracy. We're going to be using some noodles. I'm going to show you here up close that we've prepped them. So they have some tape on them. And you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're going to hold the odd numbers in our left hand to correspond with his left hand. But also we're going to use this one for the jab today. So it's going to be 1 and 3 on the left noodle, 2 and 4 on the right noodle. All right, and we'll have a few different drills that we can run with this. All right. So what is going to be happening is he's just going to be working on his jab accuracy and speed. All right. And Josh hasn't worked this drill before, so this is new for him. So you can kind of see what it's like when we start moving. So as we're going, I'm going to be calling out a number. I'll say 3, 2, 1, 4, and he's just trying to hit the strip of tape that's on the noodle. All right, now we can do this stationary. So we can just be here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 2, 3. All right, and he's having to move his jab up and down to try and hit the right spot. But to add a little bit of depth to it, we can actually start moving a little bit too. All right, so we can be like 1, good, 2, 2, 2, 1, 4. All right, so we can move around a little bit and play with it. Keep it moving. 3, good, and 2, 1, 1, 2, good. And that gives him the opportunity to play with his double jab there a little bit too. All right, so we have stationary, calling out the number, and we can start circling a little bit, call out the number. All right, then we can start adding in a little bit of defense if we want to add another level of depth to it. Now he's having to, all he's going to do is block. So it's either going to be double pillar, or he's going to answer the phone. All right, that's all we're working here. Now, if you want to get a little bit deeper, you can do body blocks too, and he can be dropping those elbows, okay? But we can add that too. So we can be moving, we can say 1, good, and 4, good, 1, 2, oh, he threw a 1, 2 instead of hitting the 1, 2, see? There's a little bit of confusion to it because if I usually call out 1, 2, if you're familiar with it, it means jab cross, all right? So it takes a little bit of time to get to it, get used to it. But it will help you develop accuracy for your jab and some speed for your jab, all right? Having a fast and accurate jab is really, really important. So now let's add a few details to it, all right? Even in the stationary jab, when he's throwing the 1, we want to make sure that he's not leaning his weight too heavy on that front leg as he jabs. We want to still make sure that he still keeps that weight on the back foot, all right? We don't want him to be going too much, because if it gets slipped or if it gets parried, then he's very, very open to counterattacks. All right, the taller that he stays, the less that he leans, the more difficult it is for me to counterattack him, all right? So let's say he goes 1, 1, 4, good, and we start moving a little bit. 1, good, 1, 2, good, 3, 4, 1, 4, good, all right. He front loaded a little bit on that, but it wasn't bad. But it's something that we should really be aware of, is that if our weight goes too heavy on the front, then we're front loading, and that makes us vulnerable. Another thing that we need to watch for is as he's moving, we want to make sure that he doesn't pivot his lead foot into his jab. I see this a lot, and we want to make sure that the person that we're working with isn't doing that. So if he steps and jabs and his foot pivots when he turns his foot, that's bad. We don't want that, all right? That's very, very easy for me to attack and really break down his posture. I can set up sweeps there. It's very easy for me to cut an angle past that jab. All right, now I'm in a very good spot. When it comes to MMA, that's asking for a single leg. It's very, very easy for me to change levels. And at that point, I don't even have to worry about knees or kicks because I'm on the outside of his leg. All right. So for Muay Thai purposes, he's really kind of stuck himself there too. If he steps and makes that pivot, now he's really bladed and all of his power is way back behind him. All right, which makes it super, super easy for me to start counterattacking. I love it when people blade or when they step hard on that pivot. Some exceptions to that. If Joshi steps at a 45 and lands on that same pivot, that's different because it's very hard for me to get out on this side of him. All right? And if I move this way, I'm running into his power. Okay? So there are some exceptions on jabbing with a pivot, but it's when we're cutting an angle. Okay? So again, stationary, we have 1, 4, 2, 3, all right? And we can play with that. We can move, doing the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? And don't slap them too much because you'll tend to put the number on their glove for them. Kind of keep them up and just give them a little bit of feedback on it. All right? Then we can add the defense. So it can be like 1, 2, good, 3, all right? And that adds some reaction to it. Okay, so this is a jab accuracy and speed drill on the noodles. And again, left side will be 1 and 3, right side will be 2 and 4. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.